The next generation of games are finally being built with modern tech and hardware in mind, pushing the envelope of photorealistic worlds, dynamic interactive physics, and lifelike characters in unimaginable worlds. Much of this advancement in video games is in thanks to Unreal Engine 5, and the games have never looked better, even allowing a super secret project to finally surface that shows the promise of next level gaming. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Today we're going to talk about a super secret Russian Unreal Engine 5 game that could be coming to the Xbox. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new content. And let's talk about UE5 and what it means for Xbox Series S and X. Unreal Engine 5 is still brand new in the gaming space, as developers can only be counted on one hand that have released games on next generation consoles and PC. Right now, Xbox Game Studios and their partners are building high-clip, dynamic games brought to life with the power of UE5, and we will start seeing them release in the next few months. One game that has been secretly under development without a publisher out of Eastern Europe is a very promising and eye-melting, graphically intensive Unreal Engine 5 game called Indira: Beyond the Veil. In a very dark corner, away from the crowds at PAX 2023, I got hands-on with this game that shows the true potential of rendering techniques, lighting, physics, and motion capture abilities that can be done with a professional camera or even an iPhone without the cost of a major motion capture studio. GameSmith Digital has been working on this game for a couple of years, looking to land on PC and console or a service like Xbox Game Pass, which has been a perfect landing spot for indie devs, especially like this, making AAA style looking games with a small budget. Indira takes place in the far future, set in a spiritual and sci-fi world ruled by a space witch with supernatural powers pulled from a dark star that is controlling the populace, and the powers have bled to your character as you fight through security forces, mechs, cursed enemies on a derelict space station. Indira offers 7 to 8 hours of single-player, third-person, cover-based shooting with tech and telekinesis abilities. You have an X-ray visor that allows you to see entrenched enemies under cover and hack from behind enemy lines with pistols, shotguns, SMGs, and assault rifles. A gaming favorite mechanic returns in Indira, as you can shoot around corners and over cover with a special targeting skill that makes combat straightforward or strategic. There are more secrets to uncover outside of the demo that I played that will unfold the lore and other abilities available. GameSmith Digital has 5 to 15 people working across Siberia, Russia, Ukraine, Cyprus, Turkey, and Georgia, working on a 3-year dev cycle for release as early as 2025. The trailer shown here, shot off screen, is not publicly available, and Indira is secretly not officially announced, but the team wanted to reach out for a publisher to invest in the game, and this is an excellent opportunity to raise awareness for this game now for platform publishers or to make its way into Xbox Game Pass. The main character was modeled after the main spokesperson using Unreal Engine 5's MetaHuman on an iPhone for performance capture, which not only speeds the development time, but allows smaller devs to capture lifelike characters without a proper studio setup. 6 main Xbox Game Studios titles are being developed in Unreal Engine 5, and fans are wondering if the trade-off of amazing lifelike visuals are worth the compromise of playing in the future at 30 FPS or lower than sub-HD resolutions on an Xbox Series X. The power of Zen 2 in the Xbox Series X offers enough headroom for PC-like visuals at 30 FPS or lower scaled resolution while keeping 60 FPS, but developers across the world are already worried about the current middle hardware on PC or Xbox Series X running Unreal Engine 5 games without major performance or visual downgrades. Thankfully now with Unreal Engine 5.2, the latest version of this engine, software-based Lumen, a bespoke feature in UE5, which is global illumination, allows developers to get realistic lighting or an emulation of ray tracing, shadows, and absorb light to render in the world convincingly on Xbox Series X, while using fewer RT cores on the system on chip, leaving hardware overhead power for performance in frame rate, better resolution scaling, and just more improved image in motion with next generation modeling for physics, sound, and gameplay. Software-based Lumen in UE5 offers a tangible 10% performance increase on processing and graphics loads, and that alone could help make the jump from 30 to 60 FPS, when usually a developer has to hold a game back at 30 if it can't hold 60. Fortunately, the Xbox Series X has 8 cores for compute with an additional 8 in simultaneous multi-thread processing that should allow for more instructions from Unreal Engine 5 to extend the life of next-level game design on the current Xbox, which is partially built from newer 2020s hardware from AMD. But Digital Foundry believes that UE5 still has a lot more room to take advantage of modern multi-thread processors found in PCs and Xbox Series S and X. Fidelity Super Resolution 2 and 3 from AMD, now available on console, can also push a game with 30 to 50% performance boost, even on Unreal Engine 5, and that can alleviate the concerns from fans that they might be playing Xbox first-party games at 30 FPS. I covered FSR in a previous video on the channel here, and you should check that out as well. Unreal Engine 5 concerns with stuttering or frame drops in highly demanding rendered worlds can be a major problem across the PC version of Xbox's next-generation exclusives due to shader compilation, or put simply, a pre-building of the geometry and visuals that you will encounter in the game. But thankfully, the Xbox Series S and X versions of these games in Unreal Engine 5 will have the shaders pre-compiled before they are shipped on console. This can lead to a more stable and predictable performance, as the developers know exactly what hardware is in the Xbox Series S and X as they build the version for console. This is how Unreal Engine 5 games will look very much like their PC counterpart, but with a performance difference due to the Xbox being a $500 set of hardware compared to a more powerful PC. One last thing to look forward to, especially after diving into Indira, running on Unreal Engine 5 from a small developer made up of 5 to 15 people, is that once smaller Xbox Game Studios developers like Undead Labs working on State of Decay 3 or Compulsion working on South of Midnight, they all have access to high-level realistic renderings of models to fill out their world and bring their games to life in a way they never could do before Unreal Engine 5. The performance trade-off of striking realistic characters or advanced lighting models that will bring these games to life is balanced by developers using the hardware and software in concert with optimization, and you can understand that moving Xbox's new first-party exclusives into Unreal Engine 5 will bring games to life in a way we've never seen before. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I got about 30 minutes of hands-on time of Adiris Beyond the Veil. Very cool game. I had to play it on a laptop with mouse and keyboard. Yuck. I'd rather use one of these. I don't know. I don't know why. I love it. I'm really excited about Unreal Engine 5, and I've done a lot of research to make this video to understand where the future is, and are we doomed? Are we doomed to stay at 30 FPS with Xbox first-party games? We look at games like Fable and Hellblade, where they mostly show them at 30, and I hope, wait, scratch that. Fable's on, it's on Forza Tech, but yeah, anyway, but there are a lot of games that Xbox studios are using for Unreal Engine 5, and I think there should be enough there to get them over the hump where a game can finally stay at 60 and not compromise too much on the resolution. If you end up enjoying this video and learned a few things, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new content. If you want to further support the channel, you can do that by hitting the channel join button below. That gets you early access to videos and gets you entered into merch giveaways, and can get you into the X&C Podcast Club, where we just talk about stuff. It's great. Also, check out the X&C Podcast. It runs every Monday, 5 p.m. with my co-host, and we'll be talking about the gaming news. We'll dive more into this let's talk about Unreal Engine 5. I got to hear how you're feeling about this. I mean, you have every right in the comments, of course, to say, I don't think it's happening. I think it's going to be 30 FPS from now on. We're doomed. The hardware's too old. I feel a little bit of that too, but I really hope that devs can find their way and they think they understand that we really want performance and we want that choice. So I think we have a lot of good things coming. But I want to hear from you in that comment section. There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of marketing push for Xbox. They're out there celebrating. They're pushing with the new Activision Blizzard deal. It's an exciting time and everybody is firing on all cylinders. So I'm sure you'll be the same in the comment section. So while you're there, please remember, be nice.